When he left me, he said, "She's nothing like you." That was the problem. She wasn't loud. She didn't curse him out. She didn't make him feel small. She just took him, and I needed to know why. So I made a fake profile, generic name, pretty face from Pinterest, friendly vibes only. I messaged her like a stranger. "Hey girl, you look so familiar." She responded in 10 minutes. I said I'd seen her on IG, complimented her makeup, told her I was going through a breakup, and that's how it started. Every night for 6 months. We talked. She vented about him, told me about his red flags, his lies, his inconsistencies, and piece by piece, I realized he hadn't changed. He was still a cheater, still selfish, still emotionally unavailable. The difference was, she hid it better. And I found myself feeling sorry for her until she mentioned me. His ex was crazy. She used to stalk him. That's when I stopped replying, because I realized she didn't really win anything. She just caught the same man I finally dropped, and she had no idea she'd been talking to me all along. So tell me, was I wrong? Or was I just taking my closure the catfish way? Comment below, because we're all listening. My sister's been saving for her dream wedding since she was 19. Every bonus, every tax return, every "I don't need a gift this year" moment went into that account. She wants a Bali wedding, sunset on the beach, all white dress code, 10-day honeymoon with her fiancé. She even called it her fairytale fund. We used to share that account years ago, back when we both lived at home. I never closed my access. She probably forgot. A month ago, I found out our mom was being evicted. I walked into her apartment to drop off soup, saw the notice taped to her door. She tried to hide it with a smile, said it was a mistake, but I saw her bank statement on the table. 2 months behind. Rent, $2,800. I asked her, "Why didn't you call me?" She just looked at me and said, "Because you already do enough." That broke me. I left that night with my stomach in knots. Called every cousin, every uncle. No one had it. And then I remembered. The wedding fund. I stayed up all night, staring at that login screen. It was like watching my sister's dream sit in front of me, while our mother's life was falling apart. I wired the money, $2,800, straight to the landlord. No paper trail, no note, just anonymous blessing. A week later, Mom called crying. She said her landlord told her someone paid everything off. She thought it was God. I didn't correct her. And my sister, she texted me last week. "Did I buy something and forget?" I played dumb. "Girl, maybe you paid a deposit or something." I haven't slept right since. I keep picturing her in her dress, thinking she paid for every flower, every flight, every fairy tale moment herself, and knowing that part of that story is a lie. I don't know how to feel. I saved one woman's dignity and stole another's moment. So you tell me, was this love or betrayal? Should I ever tell her or let her walk down that aisle never knowing what I did? Drop your truth in the comments, because we're all listening.
I told my wife I got fired. I wasn't. I just wanted a break. A real break. Not a day off. Not a vacation we can't afford. Not 15 minutes hiding in the bathroom while the kids bang on the door. A break from everything. I took PTO, 2 full weeks, but I didn't tell her. I told her they let me go. Blamed it on company cutbacks and restructuring. I even faked an email. I kissed her on the forehead, put on a hoodie, and left the house every morning like I was looking for work. But I wasn't. I was sitting in a park reading, drinking cheap coffee in silence, just existing. No screaming, no mess, no expectations. I started journaling again. I took naps in my car. I even cried once in the back of the library. I felt like a man again. Not a dad, not a paycheck, just a man. But the lie worked too well. She started being nice to me again, cooked my favorite meals, asked if I needed anything. She looked at me like I mattered again. And now I don't know what to do. Monday I go back to work, but I don't know how to walk back into that house and be the man she thinks I am. Because part of me doesn't miss the job. I miss the silence. So tell me, did I just take a mental health break? Or did I betray my marriage for a few hours of peace? Drop your truth in the comments, because we're all listening.
I proposed to my brother's ex in his truck. Yeah, I know how that sounds. But hear me out. They broke up a year ago. He cheated. He lied to her. Gaslight her until she thought it was her fault. And I watched it all happen. I kept my mouth shut for his sake. But I hated how he treated her. Then one night, she called me crying. I picked up. We talked, then we didn't stop talking. Months passed. Then it got physical. I know what you're thinking. That's off limits. But the feelings got real. She saw me in a way no one ever has. And I loved her for it. So I did it. I took my brother's old truck, the one he gave her when they were together, and drove her to the beach where they had their first date. I proposed. She said yes. Now I wake up next to her every morning and go to sleep wondering when the fallout will hit. My brother still doesn't know. She doesn't care. But I do. I want to tell him. I just don't know how. So what do you think? Did I steal his girl? Or rescue her from the wrong one? Drop your truth in the comments. Because we're all listening.
I slept with my therapist, and I'm still in therapy. Yeah, let that sink in. I didn't plan it. She didn't plan it. But it happened. It started when I opened up about my divorce. I told her things I'd never told anyone. Things I wouldn't even tell my ex-wife. She listened in a way no one ever had. She wasn't just hearing me. She was holding space for my pain. Her voice felt like safety. Her eyes felt like home. And her silence, it felt like peace. One day, after a heavy session, I asked if she ever felt emotionally attached to clients. She didn't answer, but she didn't shut it down either. Then one night, I saw her out, at a bar. No office, no clock, no boundaries. We talked, we laughed, and then it happened. In the backseat of her car. It wasn't planned, but it wasn't a mistake either. The next session, we didn't talk about it. Neither of us brought it up, but everything was different. Now I go to therapy every Thursday. Still broken, still healing, still sleeping with the one person who's supposed to fix me. She lets me vent. Then she touches my hand, and I forget I'm supposed to be healing because it feels too good to stop. Is it unethical? Absolutely. But is it saving me from spiraling? Also, yes. Some days I wonder if she's addicted to fixing people, and I'm just her favorite project. Other days I wonder if we're both just two lonely people, pretending it's something more. So what do I do? And the one thing keeping me sane, just because it crosses a line, tell me, am I healing, or am I hiding behind her? Drop your truth in the comments, because we're all listening.
Hey, I know you told me not to call him again. But I did. And I wish I could say it was just to yell at him, but no. I missed him. The same guy who used my social to open a credit card. He didn't even deny it. He just said I was gonna pay it back. I just didn't know how to tell you. And the sickest part, I believed him. I had the collection notices in my hand. And I still wanted to kiss his face. Does that make me dumb? Don't answer that. I let him come over. He apologized, sort of. We ordered Chinese. He stayed the night. And the next morning, I found another credit alert on my phone. He did it again. I looked at him while he slept, and I realized he was never in love with me. He was in love with what I had, and I was in love with who I thought he could be. So I froze my credit, blocked his number, deleted the pictures. But it still hurts, because I don't miss what he did. I miss who I thought I was when he was near. So yeah, call me stupid, call me soft, but don't call me blind anymore. Because now, I finally see him, and I finally see me too. Drop your truth in the comments, because we're all listening.
March 3rd, I did something I swore I'd never do. I let his ex move in with us. Yeah, his ex, the one who used to call me the upgrade. It started small. She got evicted, said she just needed 2 weeks. And my husband, being the hero, offered our guest room. He didn't ask me first. He told me, so I pretended to be cool. I smiled. I made her tea. We even laughed together the first night. But by week 2, she was walking around in my slippers, cooking his favorite meals. And once, I heard her singing our wedding song in the shower. I told him I was uncomfortable. He said I was insecure. So I stopped complaining and started watching. She took over my kitchen. She started leaving Post-its on the fridge like she lived there. And when I saw her fold his laundry, that was it. I packed her bags. I told her it was time to go. She smirked, told me she never wanted him back. But if she did, she wouldn't have to try very hard. I didn't slap her, but I wanted to. Now I'm wondering, Did I just dodge a bullet? Or did I let a snake crawl into my house while I was smiling? Comment your truth, because we're all listening.
The night before her wedding, she texted me, "I miss you." Just like that. 2 words, out of nowhere. I hadn't heard from her in months. Not since she blocked me. Not since I begged her not to marry him. I sat there staring at my screen. Heart beating like it used to when she'd walk into the room. Same smile in my mind. Same ache in my chest. She was the girl I thought I'd grow old with. The one I thought I'd mess up and still somehow be forgiven. And now, she was hours away from saying I do to someone else. Someone who wasn't me. I asked her, "Why are you texting me right now?" She said, "Because even though I'm marrying him, you were the love that never stopped living in the back of my mind." I didn't know what to say. She'd never said that before. Not when we were together. Not even when she left. She told me she was scared. That she loved him. But she still carried the ghost of us in every quiet moment she had alone. Then she said, "If I say more, I might not go through with this wedding." And then, she stopped replying. That was it. She disappeared. And the next day, she got married. Posted pictures in a white dress. A perfect smile. A caption about forever. And I just sat there, rereading that last message. Wondering if she meant it. Wondering if I should have shown up anyway. Wondering if she wanted me to. But I didn't. Because she made a choice. And this time, so did I. What would you have done? Would you have gone? Would you have stopped the wedding? Would you have believed the text? Or the ring? Drop your truth in the comments. Because we're all listening.
We were sitting on her living room floor when she said it. "If you ever try to get me pregnant, I'm gone. For good." That's how serious she was. And I believed her. She'd had a traumatic abortion in college, one she barely talks about. Since then, she's made it clear. No kids, no drama, no surprises. So when she looked me in the eye and said, "You got that vasectomy right," I said yes. The truth. I booked the appointment, drove there, and sat in the parking lot for 40 minutes. But I couldn't go through with it. I wanted a future with her, but I also wanted a child one day. And I thought, maybe if it just happened, she'd adjust. Fast forward, she's pregnant now, 9 weeks, and terrified. I come home to her pacing, crying in the bathroom, Googling silent abortion clinics when she thinks I'm not looking, and I'm sitting with this lie inside me. She keeps saying, "I don't understand how this happened," and every time she does, I nod. I lie again. I wanted her to stay, but now I'm watching her fade. If she finds out I lied, I lose her. If I don't tell her, I become a father built on betrayal. So now I ask, was it desperation or manipulation dressed up as love? Drop your truth in the comments, because we're all listening.